This is one of those stories that boggles my damn mind just in the way that it's being presented. Not that oneangrygamer.net has done anything wrong here or that Billy D has done anything wrong, but the story itself. A PS4 gamer loses access to digital games for violating Sony's hate speech policy. Now, I definitely have thoughts on this one, but let's go through it before we jump into that. Saying here, one of the dangers of an all digital future is that gamers have no access rights to their library. What does that mean? Well, it's perfect for gamers who still have access to discs or cartridges. They can still play games offline, even if their online account gets penalized. For gamers who purchase their games digitally, it means that the platform holders can dictate the process or dictate access to games by enabling or disabling the licenses as they see fit. This is what happens to when one gamer who lost his access to his PS4 games for a week for violating Sony's speech or hate speech policy. Yeah, that's a problem. If you pay for something or if you have access to something that you legally purchased, then that EULA and that cutoff feature does not bode well. Like it doesn't bode well at all. I can understand why he was suspended. I completely agree with him being suspended, but at the same time, no, this is pretty bad. Now he requested anonymity, so they're going to call him Rob. Rob reached out to One Angry Gamer, incensed that he'd been temporarily suspended from accessing PlayStation Network, and much to his dismay, his PS4 gaming library after violating the hate speech policy on April 19th. He says, my account was temp banned for a week for calling people the F word and the N word. This includes temp revoking of licenses for all digital downloads in my library. However, a game on disc still works just fine. You might not agree with my actions since I know you're not a racist, but I am and I don't care. It's fun to talk crap online and most people are racist anyway. Plus those terms are thrown around like hotcakes, so who gives a crap? As I know, you know, speech restrictions are a slippery slope and tend to go beyond the initial reasons for their installment. Listen, the guy's openly admitting to going around calling people the N-word. I don't really give a crap what he says about his opinions after that, because that's a dick thing to do. But that being said, this is not about specifically what he said. This is about Sony's response. Now, I can understand them limiting or restricting him or suspending his access to online features. That is something that he pays for, but that is still, you are subject to their rules and their regulations. That part I understand, but completely banning access to digital games that he's purchased, yeah, no, that's not good, man. That's not good at all. So even the email here says that he was banned for hate speech or other hateful content, including racism, sexism, xenophobia, or hate directed at religious beliefs, cultural identity, gender identity, and sexual orientation. And he did this in a community post. So I'm guessing it's in one of the forums that are on there now. That I haven't touched those in years. I don't even know why they're still around, but. It goes on to say here that Rob fears. This is okay. So now we're getting into what Rob fears, which I kind of know. I mean, he has a point, but at the same time, how we got here is not something that should be championed. Rob fears that what may start with restrictions on hate speech may expand into restrictions on speech, preventing people from talking about certain or current events, politics, etc. We've seen how Sony has no qualms about extending the long arm of censorship to innocuous things like fan service and cleavage via the PS4 censorship policies. So it's not hard to see why people might fear that the rules could be expanded in the future regarding their policies on hate speech. For now, though, Rob has access to his digital games temporarily restricted, and while he attempts to play said games, he was greeted with the following message showing here, cannot use content, cannot connect to the server to verify the license. And then he does have a bunch of games here that he has purchased that he has, and he should be able to access them, even if he has been banned for being a racist asshole. He paid for them. That should supersede access. I'm just saying. It goes on to say here that Rob didn't take this suspension notice lying down. He explained that he fired back at them with a snarky response that may have netted him a permanent ban, saying, it might be possible that I've been perm banned now because I responded to Sony's email with no worries. I've already decided to not buy a PS5. White pride worldwide. So their mods might be getting salty. Ha ha ha. That's purely speculation, though. To further clarify the reasons for the ban banner, I already know why, as I stated in my previous email. So it's not a surprise to me that I got banned talking about forced migration to the West, directing other PSN users to various chans and white nationalist content, and calling other players the N-words and the F-words. Ah, God. Am I supposed to pity this guy? You know what I mean? Like, in general, am I supposed to pity this guy? Because I don't pity this guy. I don't pity this guy. He's like, he's got his right to speak, obviously. But he's still subject to the rules that he agreed to when signing up for the PSN. However, my complaint mostly boils down to the fact that if he legally purchased these particular games and they are on his account and he spent money for them, he should not lose access to those games. Losing access to online functionality, yeah, that's a privilege, not a right. Fine. But, but then again, if he paid for PlayStation, oh my God. It's such a tough one. It's such a tough call to look at because the guy admits what he's doing. He's totally fine with what he's doing. He gets it. So it's very tough in that situation, in my opinion. But I think he should have access to the titles that he paid for, 100%. I think he should also stop being a white nationalist dickhead, but that's just me. But you know what, though? I mean, the thing is that this kind of crap goes on, Sony's going to have another problem on their hands. And that's not very good. That's not very good at all. Anyway, what do you guys think here? Should he retain access to these items? Should he be banned at all for what he did? Where do your thoughts stand on this one? I am curious to know. Write them down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.